Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about the Hogwarts Legacy MoCap Technician saying he will not buy the game because it is the least you can do to be an ally. Well, the least that he can do to be an ally, which doesn't make any type of sense considering you worked on a game based on a universe by an author that you dislike. You dislike her opinions, so you are essentially, in my opinion, not being an ally because you're helping to build this game. So we're gonna expose this fool. I'm gonna jump right into Bounty in the comics here. Hogwarts Legacy MoCap Technician says he won't buy the game because it is the least I can do as an ally, is a quote by him. A MoCap technician who worked at Hogwarts Legacy has said he won't be buying the game, just shy of yet another voice calling for a boycott, which your boycott failed. So Parker Hartzler took to Twitter to make sure the world knew where he stood. Quote, "Here's my place in the Hogwarts Legacy credits, the second high-budget game I've been credited in." Hartzler showcased, "I was the real-time technician on shoot floor, helping mocap actors see their rigs in the environment. I will not be purchasing the game. It is the least I can do as an ally." Here is the tweet showing the credit and his credit right here. Sure enough, Hartzler is listed in Hogwarts Legacy's credits as one of 21 Beyond Capture employees who worked on mocap production as an outsourcing partner. So you're basically useless. Your job can essentially be given to anybody because it's not really that big of a deal. Quote, "Trans people do not deserve to have people like J.K. Rowling grow and prosper. Any ammunition to the wrong side is damage to a society that I would otherwise wish to see in the future." Hartzler replied, "Well, you're contributing to mental illness, and you consider yourself on the right side of history. And also, J.K. Rowling is a billionaire. She really can't grow and prosper too much more, and she hasn't had that much input on this game. The only thing she really contributed is the fact that her world is what this game is based on. So you sound stupid. One where people are not discriminated against for their gender, sexuality, or any place of their identity." Well, that's always going to happen because it's all opinionated based. You're never going to get rid of these things or change people's minds. It's all based on opinions. And as always, I'm expecting a slew of people to jump out of the woodwork with, "Well, I don't care. I'm going to buy the game." Yes, no one cares about your shitty opinion. Nobody cares what you have to say about J.K. Rowling because you really don't know what J.K. Rowling says, just like all the other leftist brainlets who don't know anything about what she actually said. Please save yourself the breath. So far, most of you, I have taken one peek at your account, seeing you either follow J.K. Rowling or you're right wing. Again, you're assuming people are right wing, bro. Don't do that. You look ignorant. Hartzler concluded his tweet with a flipping off emoji. Well, good for you. Again, nobody gives a shit about you. You're not that important to the project. You didn't make the graphics. You didn't make the sound. You didn't make the characters in the world. You weren't a voice actor. Even the voice actors play a bigger part in this game than you do. Also, too, people calling me hypocritical for not refusing to work on this game in my own way. Please realize you cannot speak for me or my financial situation or the way that mocap companies operate. Yes, people can. Just because you think you can be hypocritical of other people doesn't mean you're shielded from being criticized. You can be criticized as much as anybody else you're criticizing. So yes, you are a hypocrite. Point blank, period. You're going to call out J.K. Rowling for being the way she is, calling out the things that she says. Yet you're going to turn around and take a paycheck from a company paying you to work on said game. You could have simply said no. It's not that hard. But I'm assuming you're broke, and you probably spend all your time on Twitter complaining all the time about how you have no money. So you had to take this job in order to stay alive, in order to survive. Which is fine. Make your money. But don't try to sit up here on your high horse on Twitter and act like you're some heroic savior for the trans community, because you're not. Some users who replied felt this was not sufficient, as others still noted that Hartzler had contributed to something that made Rowling money, barely. Hartzler reiterated, "It was my first job in the industry, and I had no influence over what clients the studio decided to bring in. If I didn't have that kind of leverage or held any form of seniority, I would have been an advocate against picking it up." Well, you still could have said no. I'm sure there are other jobs that need mocap actors or whatever the hell you do, because your job is so irrelevant that I don't really give a shit what you actually do. But it's something to do with mocap, from what I read. When questioned how it was his first job in the industry but the second game he was credited for, Hartzler tweeted, "This comes from mocap culture. Since they can literally work on as many as 6 or more AAA titles over the course of a year, this is commonplace for mocap since clients will book a set amount of days to create NM, and mocap actors plus shoot crew is pretty expensive." He also claimed he didn't receive a free copy of the game. Quote, "Outsourcing teams actually aren't really given free copies all the time. Part of it could be since I left before the game was properly nearing release, but only clients we worked with in excess seem to gift game copies, like if they book a ton of shoots and spend lots of money." This is from somebody who asked him about the complimentary copy, and that was his response. He would go on to respond to a user thanking him, quote, "I'm sad that you feel like you have to try to satisfy unsatisfiable people," which are the weirdos on Twitter, and the portion of the trans community that are trying to force you and tell you what to do with what to not do and what to do with your money. Try to force you and try to make you have pity on them when you shouldn't care what they think. You want to buy the game, you buy the game. But you're a good person for trying. I appreciate your contributions. Quote, "So far, the only people unsatisfied Trigger have been cis people telling me I'm not an ally for working on the game. You are not an ally, and the way you describe what an ally is, you contributed to J.K. Rowling's pocket. According to you, anyone who is contributing to J.K. Rowling's pocket is on the wrong side of history. So yes, you are a hypocrite, 100%. That is the definition of a hypocrite. Preaching to the choir and then doing exactly what you tell people not to do. So, again, you're retarded, you're a bitch, and shut the fuck up. Because you have no moral ground to speak on if this is what you're doing. And yes, people can call you out and criticize you for it, because you are not above criticism. No one is above criticism. Hogwarts Legacy has been subject to an attempted boycott by some, continuing attempts to cancel Rowling since 2020. Pro-transgender activists took offense to her comments on biological sex being real and her rejection of phrases like people who menstruate instead of women. Yes, women are the only gender of the two genders that menstruate. Stop this bullshit with the erasure of what a woman is. Despite trying to spread false claims, the game being anti-Semitic and harassing streamers, the game broke Twitch's record for having the most live viewers for a single-player game, 1.3 million viewers, and took Steam's top 4 spots for weekly top sellers. The week the game launched, pre-orders and launch copies being counted separately along with the normal and digital deluxe editions. So yes, this guy, at the end of it all, believes that he is not contributing by not buying the game. Yet he does not feel that he is contributing to J.K. Rowling's pocket by working on said game, even though he clearly stated that you are on the wrong side of history for doing anything that puts money in her pocket. Yet you are doing that exact thing by working on this game rather than saying no to the job. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers, all the new viewers, all the returning viewers. If you do like the video, hit the like button. Comment below what your feelings about all this are. I read every single comment. Subscribe for more content if you like content like this. Hit the bell for notifications. Set it to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I'm going to see you all on the next one. Peace.